I love mentoring. It is an aspect of corporate work that absolutely fills my tank, and it does not matter if the relationship is sourced through an ERG, employee resource group, a direct colleague outreach, or even within my own organization. It is just a joy to see someone taking initiative to manage their own career, and I desperately want to support their journey. At one point, work demands had just increased to the point that I just had less time to mentor, and I noticed that I was feeling so depleted because I really needed to absorb that genuine human connection and the energy that came off of that if I was going to feel that real strong sense of fulfillment for me. And I knew that I had to make space to mentor. I just wasn't sure how I was going to do it. So in true Michelle fashion, it was time to experiment with these approaches until I discovered what worked best for me. So there were a few things I learned that I wanted to share. One is to know the topics you love discussing. All right, you come to me saying you need clarity on your next role, you need to make a change, you need to build confidence, you want to influence, you want to stand up a customer experience program. I am like a hydrant stuck in the on position because there is so much in me that is dying to gush out because I want to help you brainstorm, create a plan, set into action. And it is highly probable that by the time we walk out of we finish the conversation, you're going to be floating out of the room and I'm going to be buzzing with energy, carrying this huge smile on my face. This is my space and I need it like oxygen. Number 2, invest in your support team. Just like I know my sweet spot, I also know the topics that will deflate me like a balloon. So while I can talk about those things, I really don't want to, or I know enough to be dangerous, which means that I'm not giving my very best to the mentee. So to combat this, I created a network of what I call my go-to folks. I know they're superpower topics, and I have just created a symbiotic relationship where we will refer mentees back and forth to one another. This keeps the mentee moving forward, and they feel really great about the connections they're making. It also just helps to fuel the energy for my support team because they have this same passion and love to help others. And then for me, it keeps me primed for opportunities that are best suited for both my mentee and my own sense of well-being. 3, most importantly, create your own personal rules of engagement. After agreeing to recurring mentoring sessions, I found that I absolutely hated them. So often, the first 1 or 2 sessions were like amazing, but after that, the mentee would show up without clear intentions, and they didn't want to cancel because they feared offending me, so they would pull together some type of generic topic. Now, I didn't really blame them because I know how it is for demands to push professional development down on the priority list. It happens. I just didn't want to be caught up in that. So I invited them to engage with me in a little different way. I needed them to know that I am their advocate and I commit to being accessible and supportive. So when they have an issue they want to work through, call, text, or message me. Give me a sense a little bit about what the topic is about, what the problem is you need to solve, about how much time you think you need, and how urgent it is. It might result in 4 15-minute check-ins over a 2-week period. It may be one 45-minute session that we end up having once every 6 months. The difference is they are choosing me to help with a specific problem they're facing, and we are going to work through it together. It's been interesting because I may meet with any mentee less often overall, yet the impact and value of the relationship is so much better. For them, just knowing that I'm there is comforting. For me, I know that when they reach out, we get to roll up our sleeves and do good work together. It is absolutely a win-win. It has also freed me up to cast a very wide net of mentees that I can support at any given time. And it's not uncommon for me to get a phone call from someone I supported 15 years ago to still reach out for help. This method has really built some of the most amazing relationships. And what's even cooler is that now I know them well enough to nudge them if I need some advice and guidance. So the teacher is now the student. And trust me, that has been priceless. You know, mentors have made a huge difference for me, and I feel called to pay it forward. It is a time investment that I am determined to protect, not only because I see it as a responsibility of servant leadership, but because it is personally fulfilling. So make space to give back, because that is an effective way for you to live brave and balanced.